A once-in-a-lifetime experience here today at PNG Field in Altoona, PA, as the Turkeyfoot Rams battle the Shea Panthers on this beautiful April day. Hello everyone, Luke Bowers with you here all today once again, but this day is something a little different. We are here at an amazing experience for both teams here at Altoona as Shea Panthers get set to take on the Turkeyfoot Rams. Now obviously both teams are beyond excited to have this opportunity, and I'm sure each team is looking to pull away with a memorable victory. But if you look at this Turkeyfoot Rams roster, they're coming to town as hot as they have been all seasons. They have won back-to-back games against Pawpaw and Mapletown and have racked up a total of 27 runs in the process. Now, that mainly has been because of the power that has been shown at the plate in those past two games, including the dominance Will Toy has had in all the past two games. Toy's been the unsung hero of this team, both on defense and on offense. To date, Toy holds a batting average of .367 and had 11 hits, 7 RBIs, and had an on-base percentage of .457. So today, I got a chance to talk to Will about his success this season and how he plans to continue it here today. This is what he had to say. Hello everyone, Luke Bowers here with Senior Will Toy. He's going to be starting at shortstop today. And Will, I appreciate you taking the time to answer some of my questions. And first question I have for you today is, what do you think has led to your success at the plate this season?
This year, I think just putting in the time and having fun at practice and just doing my thing has really made me do good this season.
Yeah, I mean, you're having a great season so far. You've been doing really well to play and on the field. So how do you plan to continue that today here?
I just need to focus on what I'm doing and putting the bat on the ball and putting it in play.
That's right. And now, what's been your favorite part about the baseball season so far this year?
I think the bus rides, honestly. Like, just listening to music.
There you go.
Traveling, getting food, stuff like that.
That's right. Those are some little memories are the best.
Yep.
Last question, the fun question of the day. Do you like seeds or gum better?
Seeds, I think.
Seeds?
Just because you can just chew them in the outfield and stuff
Okay,
like
well,
that.
what kind of seeds are you? What's your favorite kind?
I like bacon and then the dill pickle.
Bacon. You heard it from the man himself. Bacon and dill pickle seeds. Will Toy here. We'll be back right after this, everyone. As we welcome you back here, the People's Natural Gas Field, where the Rams and Panthers are currently getting set to face each other in a Westpac South baseball matchup. We'll take a look at the numbers of the ace and starting pitcher here today for Turkeyfoot, Blake Nicholson. Now, Nicholson has been nothing but dominant this season from the rubber as he leads the Rams in wins at 3, totaling a 3-1 overall record over 15 innings pitched. Now, in those double-digit innings thrown, he has retired 22 batters while allowing only 12 hits, 13 walks, and holds an ERA of 3.73. Now, for the visiting Panthers, they know what to expect from this senior Nicholson as they faced him back on opening day in Confluence, where they were only able to gather 2 hits as they fell to the Rams' 15-0. But that game was played back when the Shade team hadn't played a game, and ever since then they gained a lot of experience over the past 7 contests, and is a team that can come out and surprise a lot of people if they play their game and make contact with the baseball. So earlier I talked to first season head coach Don Fife about what his team plans to do here today, and how getting some more experience lately will impact their game here this afternoon. This is what he had to say. Hello everyone, Luke Bowers here with manager of the Shade Panthers, Don Fife. Don, I appreciate you taking the time to sit down and answer some of these questions here today. And my first question for you is, how excited are you and your team to have this awesome opportunity to play here at such a beautiful field and high-class baseball thing they have here at Altoona?
Oh, it's an awesome experience, for a team that, we had no season last year, so, for the curve to step up and allow the kids to come play, it's kind of making up a little bit for what they lost last year, and, guys are excited. We talked about this all year, so, the day's here and a beautiful day.
That's definitely. And now, what's the message that you're telling your team heading into today's game?
First and foremost, it's just to enjoy the experience. We, probably never going to get this opportunity again, so just enjoy it. Don't worry about wins or losses. Just go out and enjoy this game because you'll remember it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's definitely right. Now, obviously your team this season has some guys step up big at the plate, like a Dominic, Craycraft, Merrick, to name a few. How big have those guys been for you to start out the season?
Oh, they've been huge. They've been hitting well in key situations. We've been struggling as a team, but those guys have been the bright spots. Off and on, there's a couple other guys that are getting timely hits, but for the most part, those guys have really carried us.
Now, what is one thing your team has to do today to get the victory?
Well, I think we just need to feel. We've been, some games we have a ton of errors, and we can't do that. We gotta make the routine plays, and when we get an opportunity to get an out, we have to execute.
Yeah, that's right. Defense is key today. This is Luke Bowers with Don Fife. We'll be back right after this. A great interview there with Shades manager Don Fife, and now obviously the Panthers have struggled here to start with their record sitting at 1-6, but they were able to get a victory against a very talented Shankville team where they knocked off the Vikings 15-14 in a very exciting baseball game. Now currently the Panthers this season have been led by senior Cody Adomnick, who leads the team in hits at 6th and has a batting average of .462 on the year. But Adomnick isn't the only player here on this Shade team that has been a key factor this season. Other players like Austin Craycraft leads the team in batting average at .500, and sophomore Blake Merrick has also contributed with 4 hits and has a batting average of .400. But even with that success at the plate, one question that hangs in the air is how Shade will do today on the pitching side of things. The home team today played a game yesterday against Finette Metal where they came up short 2-15. In that one. More importantly, after the Shade Ball team will play one more game at Myersdale on Thursday, so it'll be interesting to see what Fife and his team will do today when it comes to who we will see on the mound, and also the number of pitches each pitcher will throw. But for now, we will have to wait and see, as we are under a half an hour before first pitch here in Altoona. Stay with us as we will catch up with Hunter Holiday from Turkeyfoot and interview their interim manager, Brian Toy, right after this. back here at beautiful PNG Field. Let's swing it over to my interview with senior and starting first baseman Hunter Holiday. Obviously, an exciting day for everyone here today. And what's it like to play some baseball here at Altoona? How exciting to get out there?
It's just a real neat experience. It's a great time. It looks like a great day to play baseball.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, what's going to be the big factor here today in your team game victory? How do you plan on contributing to that success?
I think we need to hit a good bit today and just play the field how we usually do. And just get lots of hits out there today.
Now, what is the best color flavor of Gatorade you want?
I mean, nobody else likes lemon lime, but I think lemon lime is pretty good.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Lemon lime, he said. We got lemon lime, Hunter Holiday with us today. Thank you so much.
No problem.
That's right, Hunter Holiday, who we starting at first base today for Turkeyfoot, and we're trying to bring a win back to Confluence here today. Now, in the meantime, I was able to talk to intern manager Brian Toy about today's game and what his team is going to do this afternoon to secure the victory. Back here on the baseball field with interim head coach of the Rams, Brian Toy. Brian, thanks for taking the time with us today to answer a few questions. And my first question is, you guys come to town here red hot with 2 straight victories. How do you plan to continue that success here today?
Just put the ball in play and play good defense.
That's right. Keeping the thing simple, right?
Yep.
And you have a real core group of seniors this year with 7. And how's that group of seniors contributed to your team's success this year?
Well, their leadership, they lead by example. Not too many raw guys, which is good.
Yeah.
They just got there and get it done. So
That's all you can ask for,
on the
right?
same thing. Yep.
Yep. And so the last question of the day is, what is one thing that you think you guys have to do to defeat the Shape?
Play good defense and again put the ball in play. Just put the bat on the ball.
Yep, you heard it from the interim head coach Brian Toy himself. Put the ball in play and good defense. Well, you heard it from the manager himself. Brian Toy and his Turkeyfoot team will look to make it 3 games in a row as Blake Nicholson, Cameron Kemp, and Jesse Culp all get set to compete here today. We'll be back for my 3 keys to the game right after this quick break. We welcome you all back here to the broadcast booth as we take a look at my 3 keys to the game for both teams. For the Shade Panthers, my initial key for the home team today is move on from the past. Shade has really struggled here in the first half of the season, but today couldn't be a better time to move on and get their 2nd win of the season here today. Now, my next key for Shade is get runners on base. This season, the Panthers haven't got runners on base as much as they like to, but today is going to be a big factor and working the pitcher and making sure they find a way to get on the base pads. Now my final key is strong defensive effort. This Turkeyfoot team likes to hit the ball and put it in play. Now even if the Rams do hit the ball, and it won't quite matter if the Panthers can make the outs and play really good defense while they support their pitcher. Now first off for the Rams, I picked senior leadership. Turkeyfoot has 7 seniors on their roster today, and they're going to have to step up in every way possible to help lead this veteran team to victory this afternoon. Now my second key for the visitors is limit the stranded runners. This key may be the ultimate key here today for the Rams, because all season long this has been a big hurt when it comes to trying to put runs on the scoreboard. So today Turkeyfoot will really need to keep the runners left on base at a minimum. My final key of the day for the team in blue and gray is don't let the moment overcome you. This key really has 2 meanings, and the first is the Rams need to get the nerves out early and not let the big stage here today distract them from their ultimate goal. Now the second part to this key is the Rams are very confident heading into today's game, as they should be, winning their past 2 games, but they need to not get overconfident and lose control of the game. Well, those are my 3s to the game for each team as we take one final intermission before presenting you the starting lineups and first pitch right here on my YouTube channel in Altoona. back here at Altoona. Let's take a look at Turkeyfoot's lineup today. Leading off for the Rams will be the senior Will Toy. Batting second in center field is Cameron Kemp. Number 28, batting third, Brandon Trussler. Batting fourth, Blake Nicholson on the mound. Batting fifth, Jesse Culp at third. In the sixth spot is Hunter Holiday at first base. Batting seventh is Grant Grove catching. Eighth is Bryce Schmidt at second base, and Stephen Hoover batting ninth in right field. So we swing it back over the field. First pitch is just about ready to be thrown as Will Toy sells in, and the first pitch is tossed. Pitching today for the Shade Panthers will be Cody Adomnik. It's the first pitch. The Toy is taken outside for ball number one. An excellent day for baseball, and that one's cracked by Toy down the left field line. That's going to go fair. Toy's rounding the first base bag, and William Toy will start out the game with a double for the Rams, and the Rams dugout's fired up about that one. As Will Toy with a soft line drive over there to left field, and just barely stayed in play, but it'll get the job done, and a double for Will Toy puts a man in scoring position early here for Turkeyfoot, with Cameron Kemp coming up to bat. Toss by Dominic, popped up high in the center field. Therefore it is Shade to make the out, and that will be out number one as Cameron Kemp flies out to center field for the first out of the game here today, and that will bring up Brandon Trussler to the plate. Trussler this season currently has a 208 batting average, has 6 RBIs and 6 hits, leads the team in walk right now with 7. As Adomnik throws that one, a sharp one off the pitcher's mound. That one will bounce off Adomnik, and Trussler will reach first base as the ball was driven back there to the right-handed pitcher for Shade. As the umpire comes out to check on him, and it appears he'll be okay. So, it appears that Dominic will be okay as he settles back onto the mound. And that will bring up Blake Nicholson to the plate here for the Rams. Nicholson, as we talked about earlier, has been so dominant this season for Turkeyfoot as Trussler takes off for second. And he'll get there safely with the stolen base as the pitch to Nicholson was up high in the zone for ball number 1. And Nicholson leads the team in hits, 14 RBIs at 15. Extra base hits at 6 as he chops that one down the third base line. Over there to interim head coach Brian Toy. And he also leads the team in home runs at 2 in that big performance the other day against Pawpaw, where he had those 2 bombs to deep center field, almost in the same location both times. And of course, Nicholson trying to do something similar today here at Altoona. The pitch from Adomnik, foul back. The umpire signals there as it appears Nicholson must have got a tad bit of a piece of that one. And that will move the count to a ball and 2 strikes here with 1 out in the top of the first inning. Rams have runners at second and third. Nicholson trying to bring him home. The right-hander for Shade. The fireball home. Fouled up in the air, and that one will fall over into the seats there for a foul ball. As Nicholson stays alive and gets something on the ball there to keep the count up 1-2. Adomnik will try to get Nicholson here with a 1-2 count. The set, the throw home. Missed outside by a good margin, even up the count at 2-2 there as it hooked over on the right side of the plate as the fastball there by Dominic just didn't quite find the zone. So with the count knotted up at 2-2, Dominic trying to still work from the mound. Nicholson, he'll foul that one again off of his arm as Nicholson spoils the nasty fastball there from a Dominic. Nicholson so far doing a good job by working that pitch count of Dominic there inside the box. He's made him throw 7 pitches so far on this at bat. Dominic will try to get out of it. The senior throws home, misses in for ball 3, and now the count's loaded up. If you're Dominic right now on the mound, the last thing you want to do is lose the batter Nicholson. Meanwhile, on the opposite side for Nicholson, you're going to want to try to find your way to go on base here after this long count. We'll see what happens. Dominic can't get Nicholson, and that will put Nicholson on base on the ball for a walk. And the Ducks are on the pond now here for Jesse Culp. They come to the plate for the Turkeyfoot Rams here at Altoona. Culp this season the other day had a really successful practice. The whole team did the other day at Confluence, and he'll rip that one in the gap. That will score one. Around third is Tressler, and 2 runs will score for Turkeyfoot, thanks to the ground ball up the gap. And 2 RBI to start off the day for Culp. Gets the Rams on the board by 2, and as I mentioned there, the other day in practice, Culp was doing a very good job of putting the ball in play and was really having a strong practice. And I talked to Coach Toy there about that. And in the meantime, Hunter Holiday gets hit inside to put him on. So Dominic right now just struggling to find some consistency on the mound as he hits Holiday there to once again load up the bases. But this time for Grant Grove, senior who wears number 11 on his jerseys. Both teams wearing their blue uniforms today. Both teams have very similar colors, so a little hard to tell who's who here. Both with those blue jerseys, gray pants, and a little bit of a difference there in the color of the numbers. But Turkeyfoot showing them what they got here as Grove lines that one over the second. The second baseman there tags the runner Holiday, and now Holiday will get out. As a little bit of confusion here is now we got all kinds of things going on as Holiday slides, but in the meantime, the runner will score from third. As all kinds of craziness there as Holiday was coming to second. He was tagged out there by the second baseman from the Panthers on the fielder's choice, but Holiday thought he was out, and he actually was not, because the second baseman there for Shea dropped the ball. As the runner Grove still stirred, he'll slide in safely. The ball gets by, and now Grove will score from second, and the Rams are on fire here as they're up 5-0 as Grant Grove gets from second to third to home. And my goodness, it's a 5-0 game here with Schmidt at the plate for Turkeyfoot. And that one gets by the catcher of the Panthers for ball number 1 here on Schmidt. So now the pitch is to Schmidt. Once again misses the zone. This time for ball number 2. And with 2 out, Schmidt has 2 balls on him here. The sophomore waits the pitch, and that will actually be, correction there, that will be ball 4. No, it appears that Schmidt only has 3 balls there, so we were right as Schmidt started to trot down the line there. I got a little confused what the count was there, and it was actually 3-0. Schmidt thought it was 4-0, so Schmidt will have to make his way back down the line into the batter's box here. And now the umpire down the first baseline will come to meet the home plate umpire to talk things over to make sure they have the count right here. It appears they do, as they home plate umpire there gives a tap on the back there to the first base umpire, and they'll make their way back over to their respective duties. And with a 3-0 count and 2 out, Schmidt most likely taking the pitch here as he has the bat up high. And that one's called for a strike on the outside corner of the dish to move it to the hitter's count at 3-1. Dominic trying to work his way out of this inning. He has 2 outs on him right now. A 5-0 game. Schmidt makes contact with that one as he knocks it down out of play for a foul ball and strike number 2. With Stephen Hoover over there in the circle waiting to bat next. here for the Rams. Schmidt currently has a 150 batting average on the year, trying to get that number up a little bit here. And a cold strike 3, the curveball freezes the batter Schmidt, and the Panthers get out of the inning thanks to 3 Ks in a row from their pitcher Dominic to end the top of the first. We'll be back for the bottom of the first right after this. Score from Altoona, 5-0 Turkeyfoot.
I'm starting to figure out what you're making.
And back here at Altoona, the Panthers are coming to plate here in the bottom of the first with a Dominic leading things off. Their pitcher coming up to bat here to start off the game as Nicholson sets and comes from the mound. That one's flied over down the first base line. Holiday has room, but it'll bounce into the seats. It's a little bit too far out of play there, out of Holiday's reach for a foul ball. And strike number 1 here on the right-handed batter, Dominic. As he comes set inside of the box, he'll wait the pitcher from Nicholson. The ace throws that one, blows it, skips off of the catcher's equipment there of Grove. So it'll make its way over there to the shade dugout down the first base line. Meanwhile, the Rams are stationed over at the third base dugout. As the gun from Nicholson swung on right back to Nicholson, and they'll find inside of the pocket of Nicholson's glove, and he'll pick it up and throw it over to first base for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first. And now that will bring up Justin Romsberg to the plate here for shade, as takes a few hits there with the bat off the plate. And the right-hander Nicholson will throw that one. That one's driven down the line once again, and this time it'll make its way into the seats once more. So there, both of those first pitches by Nicholson has been foul backed by the 2 Shea Panthers batters over there down the first base line, and Nicholson will take it though, as that's a strike, and he gets Romsberg swinging on pitch number 2 to make it an 0-2 count here with 1 out, and Nicholson's trying to make it out number 2 here from the hill. Nicholson pushes off that rubber. The throw home. The batter, Romsberg, spoils the pitch outside. A good pitch there from Nicholson, but Romsberg was able to get that bat and cross the plate in time and just get off the end of the barrel there to stay alive here with an 0-2 count and 1 out. Next pitch from Nicholson, right down inside. That one's a low dribble over to Schmidt. He bobbles with it, but he'll get it in time and toss it over to Hunter Holiday at first base for out number 2. Bang bang play there from Schmidt to Holiday. So he gets Ronsberg just in time. And let's take a look at how the Rams will be positioned on the field today. Brendan Trussler in left field, Cameron Kemp in center field, Stephen Hoover down in right field, Jesse Culp at third base, Will Toy at short, Bryce Schmidt there at second, Hunter Holiday at first, and Blake Nicholson on the mound, and Grant Grove doing the catching as the first pitch there to the Shea batters taken for ball number 1. Here on Lucas Haynes, the number 3 batter. And this Panthers order as he rips that one over off of the home team's dugout there of the Panthers. And that will put the count at 1-1 here on this beautiful afternoon day at People's Natural Gas Field in Altoona. As Nicholson throws the third pitch on the at-bat outside on Haynes for ball number 2. As Haynes takes a few taps there off the plate, Nicholson gives the nod to his battery mate Grant Grove behind the dish. Can't find the location and he falls behind in the count. That's 3-1 here with 2 outs. On the year, the batter Haynes has a .231 average, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, a walk, and has scored twice so far. And he'll rip that one to right field, a hooker. And that one will land foul over there down by where the pitchers warm up. There on the first base line. And now with the count full, both pitcher and batter here are trying to battle to win this at bat. And it appears that Haynes will win it as he picks up the walk on the inside pitch to put him on base and bring up Austin Craycraft to the plate here today for Shea. And we talked about it earlier about how big Craycraft has been for this Shea Panthers team. And he's batting .500 on the year, which leads the Panthers. An excellent throw there from Grove to second base, but Haynes a little bit too speedy there as Grove can't get him in time, and Haynes will slide in safely and pick up a stolen bag here in the bottom of the first inning. As Craycraft also has 4 hits on the year, a strikeout and a walk as he takes a swing and miss at the outside pitch by Nicholson to put the count at 1-1. Meanwhile, Nicholson is making his 5th start of the year. He currently holds a 3-1 record this season for Turkeyfoot as that one's chopped up in the air. A little bit of a tomahawk swing there from Craycraft as he pokes that one down the line foul. And now Toy has Craycraft right where he wants him here with a 1-2 count. And 2 outs as Nicholson comes set from the mound. Trying to get Craycraft here. The throw and the off-speed pitch just up high. As Nicholson there for a minute thought he got the batter Craycraft. Home plate umpire there in the blue says no. So Nicholson will have to deal one more here from the rubber. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Craycraft goes down swinging. And the Rams are coming up to bat here after 1 inning of play. It's a 5-0 lead in favor of Turkeyfoot. here at Altoona. Stephen Hoover takes the first pitch up and tight inside for ball number 1 from Dominic. Batting 9 in this order. He'll come up to bat here with the top of the order on deck. As Dominic throws, Hoover chops that one down the line as it makes its way foul on the bounce. First strike number 1 here on Hoover. So far today on the day, Dominic has thrown 23 pitches. Over 1 inning thrown. Trying to keep that as a limit, as it's going to be key today for Shade. How many pitchers they burn and how many they're able to keep, as Hoover can't hold back on the high baller. As he takes a swing at that one, first strike number 2. And now he has to battle back here with the 1-2 count. Dominic trying to get him. But the chase pitch outside is a no-go for ball number 2. And they'll move the count to 2-2 here on the right-hander, Steve Hoover. Number 9, Dominic, to the number 9 batter for the Rams. That one once again will miss outside the zone for ball number 3. So now the count's lit up at 3-2, and Dominic will try to retire Hoover here as Hoover awaits the pitch. A ring him up, called strike 3. Hoover goes down looking as Dominic with a beautiful job to paint the inside corners. And it throws the batter, Hoover, and down goes Hoover, and will bring up the top of the order here for the Rams with Will Toy coming to bat as the first pitch missed inside, as Toy had to jump out of the way a little bit, stretch over the plate to get out of the way of hitting him there. There was a little chirp in there from the Rams dugout to telling Toy to let him that they got ice. So next pitch is swung on and missed. First strike number 2, and that will move the count to 1-1 with 1 out here at PNG Field. Field looking terrific today in Altoona. Great job these ground crew keepers do, as that one's fouled back and makes its way sharply down there to the first row. And the count goes to 1-2. Field looking excellent, and such a great opportunity for all these players to have here today on both sides, and everyone's so happy to be able to play here, as that one fouled into the dugout of the Rams. The Rams dugout. As Toy stays alive here with a 1-2 count and 1 out. On the day, Toy is going 1 for 1 with that little blooper down the left field line as he got a double. We'll try to do something similar as he once again pokes that one down the left field line, but it'll go foul. They're right in front of the indentation of the picnic tables there out of play. And Toy doing a good job, though, working the pitcher Dominic, as 2 back-to-back foul balls, and he'll settle in once more. Dominic with a gun. Missed outside. Even up the count at 2-2. Not a bad attendance here today. And this one, fans spread out across the lower concourse area here at PNG Field. A good group gathering there behind the plate as Toy lines that one up to center field, and the blast from Toy puts him on first base as the line drive single into the gap right up to center field, puts Toy on first base with Cameron Kemp coming to bat here with 1 out. Kemp this season currently holds a .364 batting average. That's second best on this Rams team behind Nicholson. 9 RBIs and 12 hits as Toy takes off for second. That one's drilled into right field. It'll get by the right fielder, Fazenbaker. Toy was already rounding second. It's maybe a little bit of hit and run there. Now Toy will score. And a stand-up triple there from Cameron Kemp, as I believe they will charge an error there off of Fazenbaker, as the fly ball went off of Fazenbaker's glove, and that will cost the Panthers big. As Kemp moves all the way up to third base, and the Rams tackle on one more run to make it 6-0. As that one is hit down the line, Trussler trying to get his way out of it. An excellent tag there from Merrick to get the glove on the side of the batter, Trussler. As Merrick was forced off the bag there, he couldn't hold on to the base, but did an excellent job of making sure he still got the tag there on Trussler. So Rott to Merrick gets the out. And with 2 outs here, a fresh count for the right-handed batter Nicholson. As he walked last time, but he'll drill that one. What a liner that was to left field. There to Lepacek. As Nicholson with a liner scores Kemp from third. And will bring up 23 Jesse Culp to the plate to bat for the Rams. And right now, Dominic just not able to get those runners out as Culp shows by, pulls it back, and the ball gets by the catcher Romsberg. But meanwhile, Nicholson will move up to second base there on the pass ball. And that will put the count at 1-0. As I was saying there about the Dominic, he's been throwing strikes, but you got to credit the Rams offense today for putting the ball in play and making sure that Dominic has to work even harder from the mound. And as Culp fouls that one back into the catcher's mitt, they're at the plate for strike number 1, and with a 1-1 count here, Culp settles in the box and will await the pitch from Dominic. That one once again will get by the catcher Romsberg as it bounces off the backstop there. And as I was talking today to assistant coach Frankie Ryan about that backstop, that could be big today if either one of these teams are trying to get runners, move up the runners on base with this big backstop, something that these teams are not used to seeing. They can really go all the way from first to third if one finds his way behind the catcher and sells down there behind the backstop a good ways there before you find the seats. So with a 3-1 count though, Jesse Culp with a liner down the line, and now Fazenbaker is trying to get on his horse to get to that one. Culp stops at second, but he'll get a stand-up triple. Jesse Culp, oh my, the junior puts a little more excitement in this one as he drills it down the first base line, and the triple for Culp and his third RBI today. Culp is on fire here in this one, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're head coach Brian Toy. And this one is having players like Culp step up in these key moments. And 6 hits on the day today for the Rams in total. 2 of those has been Culp. And Trussler will try to keep that success going here at the plate as he takes that ball outside. Meanwhile, Culp will move up a base and score from third there on the wild pitch. And now the bases are empty here for Hunter Holiday with a 1-1 count and 2 outs. Holiday on the day is going to 0 for 0 as he was walked and then got out there at second as Dominic can't find the strike zone there as that one misses inside for ball number 2. To move the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck, sitting in the circle for the Rams is Grant Grove as Holiday hits that one over the third base. Rod, oh my, what a throw by Rod. He got it all the way over across the diamond. First baseman Merrick couldn't hold on, and now Holiday will go from first to third. And Holiday will move up all the way to third base. There as the ball from Rott to Merrick, a bit outside. Merrick couldn't hold on to the bag. And they'll get by and move Holiday all the way up to third base. And bring up Grant Grove to the plate. Who's that arrow on? Merrick or Rott? Who's that, third or first base? And now up to plate here for the Rams is Grant Grove, and he gets a hold of that one to left field, though. Underneath of it, it falls off the glove. A Lepacek to the warning track. The Panthers collapse there as Lepacek trying to get underneath that one. And the Rams today are coming out in this one on fire at the plate with 8 hits on the day, and they're up already 9-0 currently on Shade. As what a hit that was by the batter Grove, as bunt is shown by Schmidt. They'll try to go home, and Grove will score as the Dominic elected to try to tag the runner. Grove coming to the plate. Umpire says he couldn't get him in time, so Grove will score. That'll put Schmidt on base on the sacrifice bunt. And Steve Hoover will come to the plate here with a runner on first base and Schmidt. The strike is called there on Hoover. Bryce Schmidt there with the sacrifice bunt. Fielder's choice. And it ended up working out for the Rams. And they're leading now 10-0. Currently over Shade as the Dominic continues to work there from the mound. As that one is taken for a called strike 3. And 3 Ks gets Hoover, but not before the Rams add on some damage as they put up 5 more runs on the scoreboard. A 10-0 game. Panthers coming up to bat. As we take a look at the games around the league today in Westpac action, Carmel Township will travel to North Star to take on the Cougars at 4 o'clock. Meanwhile, Portage is hosting Ferndale at 4:15. And lastly, the last game of the day besides those two will be Blacklick Valley and Wimbers. That game is scheduled at 4:30 as the Ramblers take on the Vikings. And one change here, by the Rams as Robbie Tusky subs into the game to right field for Stephen Hoover. And Nicholson will remain on the mound as he's thrown only 18 pitches on the day. And heart of the order coming up for the Panthers here with Merrick, Rott, and McCorkle coming up to bat. And we'll first get to see Merrick at the plate. And on the year, he has a 400 batting average. 4 hits. One of those has been an extra base hit. Scored twice, and that's 2 strikeouts. And Nicholson will come from the mound for the second inning here today. And the first one up high as Merrick would have had to climb a ladder to get to that one. As Nicholson will get the ball back and look to fight back here on Merrick from the mound as that one misses inside. The umpire quick to get out of the way there as high moving fastball by Nicholson. It's taken for a ball and he followed behind on the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Nicholson comes set once again from the mound. That one swung on, chopped back for a foul ball. And that will move the count to 2 balls and 1 strike here on Merrick. As Nicholson pushes off of that mound and will hit the batter Merrick right in the back. So Merrick gets lined with the fastball from Nicholson. And Merrick will get on base here with Josh Rock coming up to the plate, making his first appearance of the day here at the plate. And playing the hot corner today for the home team, the Shea Panthers. And now Rott will await the pitch, and the first one by Nicholson. He'll swing on and miss for strike number 1. So with an 0-1 count, Nicholson comes from the stretch. He'll sit on the pitch, the batter Rott does, and a ball was taken to move the count to 1-1. Here on the right-handed batter, Rott. The pitch to home, chopped foul over into the seats down the line. It's one thing to know here, you can see here today at Altoona, they have some of those sections roped off, and that's one of them over there down the first base line where that ball landed. As Rott swings that one will go right up the middle. Right there is Toy. He tags second, and a double play. The Rams turn 2. Toy gets the ball, tags the base, and he'll get the double play. So 2 quick outs on the bang play from Toy to Holiday. It gets 2 quick outs, and Toy will get a little more action. He'll fire it across the diamond, and just like that, in 2 pitches, 3 outs, and Panthers are still looking to get a run on the scoreboard. They can't do so there, but they'll get a chance next inning. Meanwhile, the Rams look to build off their 10-0 lead. We'll step aside for a quick break. We'll be right back after this, everyone. Now up for the Rams is Will Toy coming to the plate as he swings and fouls that one back down the line for a first pitch strike. As Dominic currently sitting at 52 pitches on the day. As he comes set here in the 3rd inning. Top of the 3rd, Rams have scored 5 runs in each of the past innings as Toy hits that one again. A chaser will go foul. And 2 back-to-back fouls over there into the seats as Toy with 2 strikes. And no outs as Dominic goes to signal to the catcher. He'll throw. Swung on by Toy. That one might drop. The center field. Haynes coming in, and he bobbles it off of his glove. Haynes ran all the way from deep center field to get to that one as he slams the glove on his leg. And an error will be charged, unfortunately, against Haynes as it bounced off of his glove. And Toy gets on first base with Cameron Kemp coming up to bat. Has a little bit of action going on over there and the Rams bullpen, as stealing off to second is the runner Toy, as he'll slide in there safely for a stolen base. First pitch to the batter, Kemp, was taken for a ball. Trying to figure out who that is. It might be Steven Hoover, if I'm not mistaken, who's warming up over there. I'm trying to figure out who that is. As we get a nice zoom in there from our cameraman Lee Bowers. And back on the rubber, though, comes that is a Dominic, and the throw to the pitcher batter Kemp. Not sure what was going on there with Kemp, as he almost had both feet out of the box. Excuse me, that. And Cameron Kemp, I was just notified there that Hunter Holiday is the one warming up in the bullpen for the Rams, as that one swung on and missed once more by Kemp, as he might have got a piece of that one. Is Kemp keeping that back foot as it's falling out of the box on there by the right-handed batter, as he'll come back set here with two balls and one strike, I should say, and no outs, with the runner Toy at second base. The pick over, Toy will jog over and get there safely. As a correction there, I was looking up at the scoreboard and I saw 2 balls and a strike, but they just changed it, so it is a ball and 2 strikes here on Kemp, as he comes down. We'll chop that one up in the air and fall foul right below us here underneath in the seats, and a 1 ball 2 strike count with no outs. Kemp will settle in the box. A pitch from a Dominic. Kemp with a flopper right back over into the seats as it fouls its way back before officially making its way. So 2 foul balls there right below us. If you were a fan saying there, you'd have 2 balls in your pocket, but no one electing to sit up there in the second row, as that one in high and tight on Kemp for ball number 2. As it meantime, the runner Toy stealing home, and now they'll get him out at the plate as Toy is thrown out at home. A good heads-up play there by the pitcher Dominic, as Toy thought he might be able to catch the Panthers off guard. He was wrong. And he gets thrown out by the pitcher Dominic to Romsberg to make it the first out of the inning. And with a 2-2 count, Kemp has no one on now, but will still look to make contact here with the ball. Dominic trying to get him. A strike 3. Kemp goes down window shopping. Called strike 3. Gets Kemp. And 2 quick outs there from the Panthers. A much needed 2 outs for Shade. And that will be the second out. And Brandon Trussler will come to bat here for Turkeyfoot, as Trussler's first pitch is taken outside for a ball. Trussler this season, as I mentioned earlier, leads the teams in walks at 7. And we'll look to do something similar as he lines it down the first base line. Trussler taking off as he'll have extra base hit here as he's at second. He's rounding. He's heading to third. Fazenbaker will field it. And a stand-up triple from Trussler gets him on third. What a hit that was as he ripped it down right past Merrick at third base on the hard ground ball. Fazenbaker did all he could to get there as fast as he could. And Nicholson will come to the plate, and down below us here on the baseball field as Nicholson comes to bat here 1 for 1 on the day. Also has a walk, and he has a chance here to pick up an RBI, but he gets caught swinging on the outside pitch from a Dominic here for strike number 1. Nicholson taps the plate a few times with his bat. Comes set once more. Throw from a Dominic this time goes back to that same location. Nicholson decides not to swing at that one again for a second time in a row, and he'll take that one for ball number 1 to move the count to 1-1 here on the right-handed batter. Nicholson awaits, gets caught swinging on the high, chasing fastball of Adomnik, and now Adomnik has right where he wants a cleanup hitter for the Rams. Nicholson at here with 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs. Adomnik comes set. The 2-out pitch. Driven into center field. There is Haynes. Haynes underneath of it, and Haynes puts it in the pocket for out number 3 to end the top of the 3rd inning. Well, it's a 10-0 score. Panthers look to get on the scoreboard for the first time today as they come up to the plate. Panthers coming up to bat here with Lepacek coming up to bat. A pitching change for the Rams as Hunter Holiday will come onto the mound. Blake Nicholson will move to center field, and Cameron Kemp will go over to first base for the Rams. So a few changes there. And the first pitch there, Lepacek is taken for ball number 1. Here, batting 7th in the order. He gets caught swinging, though, on pitch number 2. And the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike here on Lepacek. Hunter Holiday comes set. The throw misses low and outside. So we take a look at Holiday's numbers. He's thrown so far this season 10.5 innings. 2 innings from the mound. He currently has an ERA of 10.5. He's at 8 walks. Still looking for that first strikeout on the year as the next pitch is thrown inside for ball number 3. Holiday also has only allowed 4 hits, 7 runs, and currently holds a 0-0 record from the rubber, as Holiday will try to work his way back here on Lepacek from the mound. The throw misses, though, and Lepacek will pick up the walk and bring up the batter Fazenbaker to the plate here in this Panther order, as Fazenbaker comes to bat here. So far on the year, the batter Fazenbaker is making his first at bat of the year, and I've just been notified, so I apologize, that Fazenbaker has actually been subbed out of the game, and now batting is Dakota Cease. So I apologize for that mistake as Cease comes up to bat here. Replacing Faza Baker as he takes a swing and miss at that one. Off the second is Lepacek, but he'll slide in safely. And once again, another good throw there from Grove, just not enough to get over there to catch the stealing runner. And with 2 strikes here on Cease, Hunter Holiday will look to get his first strikeout of the year, and Holiday does as he retires Cease. 3 strikes there thrown by Holiday, and he'll be rewarded with a K on the scoreboard, and that will be out number 1. And bring up the top of the order here for the Panthers with Lepacek sitting at second base as the next pitch is thrown, taken up high for ball number 1. Dominic today is going 0 for 1 at the plate as he awaits the pitch from Holiday. Swung on, popped up into the air to center field. Might get down, but as I say that, it was actually a little more shallow than what I thought, as it landed right there off of the dirt right into center field, where Schmidt was to pocket the ball in his glove on the fly ball, and that's out number 2. Here with Romsberg coming up to bat. Justin Romsberg, as that one will go by Grove. He can maybe try to get the runner. Lepacek is what I was going to say there, but Grove elects to just throw it back there to the pitcher, Holiday. As Lepacek picks up a stolen base on the wild pitch. The next throw from Holiday misses low for ball number 2 here. On the batter, Romsberg. As Romsberg chops that one over the third base. Culp there, can he get him? No, he can't, as Romsberg will reach on an infield hit, and the Panthers will get on the board for the first time today. As Lepacek scores from third, Romsberg with the RBI. And that will bring Lucas Haynes up to bat, the number 3 batter. So, Panthers are looking sharp here as Holiday attempts to pick off the runner Roseberg over there at first base, but Roseberg quick to slide back head first in time before the tag is made, so he'll be in safe, and he'll be stealing second as that one skips off of the catcher's glove of Grove. But Romsberg was already almost halfway there before Holiday tossed that pitch, so Romsberg will be standing at second base here with 2 outs as Holiday tries to work out the inning, misses inside for ball number 2. Here on the right-handed batter, Haynes. So far on the year, Lucas Haynes at the plate has batted .231, went 0-1 with a walk and a strikeout the last time Turkeyfoot played Shade and Confluence, as he gets a cold strike there on the outside of the plate. And he'll take a few swings here before waiting the pitch, and another cold strike inside. Haynes doesn't agree with the call. Umpire shakes his head yes, and the count goes to 2-2 here with 2 outs. Holiday tries to get him. Haynes spoils that one as it's driven into the seats. Back to the right of us here for a foul ball. And won't count anything against here of Haynes as the count was already at 2-2. So with 2 all on the board, that one is missed up high for ball 3. And now with the count loaded up, Hunter Holiday will try to retire the batter Haynes here as he delivers the pitch from the mound. Holiday throws that one way up high as it rattles against the backstop. Grove picks it up. We're coming home is the Roseberg, and he's called out at the plate. Roseberg gets thrown out from coming from third base. And that will do it for the third inning. Grove to the charging Holiday at the plate gets Roseburg in time for out number 3 and brings us to the close of 3. We'll be back right after this short break. Back here before the start of the 4th inning, we'd like to send our sincere thanks to all of you that are watching, as we really appreciate all your support. And I've also been told that everyone's watching back at wonderful Turkeyfoot Valley watching today's game, and can't thank you enough for all the support. And we hope you're enjoying the game, as right now the Rams are on top big, up 11-1, as Culp comes to the plate and fouls that one right back into the seats there behind home plate for a foul and a strike to start things off here in the top of the 4th. Dominic still working from the mound for shade, and right back into the same location goes Culp. So 2 consecutive foul balls by Culp, right almost in the same location there, off to the right of the plate, and now he'll go down swinging, and Dominic 3 strikes and an out as he gets Culp swinging on pitch number 3 for out number 1, and a big K through the pitcher, Dominic. And Hunter Holiday will step up to the plate here, batting 6th in the order. As a chopper over to third base to Rott. Rott will field it. Merrick has to come off the base, and then doing so, he can't get back in time, and Holiday will pick up a base there, and he'll be standing on first base with Grove, the righty, coming up to bat here for the Turkeyfoot Rams. An early Grove liner right back to the mound. Dominic is able to get the glove in front of that one. A high heater from Grant Grove there on the first pitch. Dominic did a good job there of showing a little self-defense from the rubber as he knocks it down with his glove, and will take it and field it over to first base. As next up comes Bryce Schmidt, as that one's taken for a cold strike to start things off here on the number 8 batter. And this Rams order with Holiday standing at second base. Dominic pitches, and that will be ball number 2 here on the at-bat. Here on Bryce Schmidt. Dominic at 73 pitches currently, trying to work his way out of the inning. This might be the best inning we've seen Shade have so far in the day, as Dominic with a nasty fastball on the outside corner of the zone as he nibbles the corners, and gets Schmidt swinging on that one for strike number 1 here with 2 outs. Dominic will give the nod to his catcher mate, Romsberg, behind the dish, and Schmidt will snap that one foul. An excellent grab there from intern head coach Brian Toy down the third base as he made the dazzling move there to get that chopping foul ball, and he'll toss it back over to Dominic, and more importantly, with a 2-2 count, Schmidt will make contact as he hits it up the middle, past the shortstop Craycraft, and into the alley it goes, and the double for Schmidt scores Holiday from second, and Schmidt and Holiday swap places, and it's a 12-1 game here with Robbie Tusky coming up to bat. So Robbie Tusky up to the plate here, making his first at-bat on the day. He'll take the first one there for a ball outside. Tusky's numbers on the year has 1 hit. That was an extra base hit. I believe that was a double a while back there in Confluence, batting 125 on the season. As the next pitch from a Dominic, once again, he can't locate that zone as it falls for ball number 2. Tusky has 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, and also has gathered 2 stolen bases. Next pitch from a Dominic, a called strike outside corner as a Dominic, as we mentioned just recently, excellent job today, doing a really good job of getting those strikes called, as he's done a good job of painting the corners of the plate, and we'll try to do something similar here as Romsberg gives the nod, and Tusky meanwhile fouls that one back for strike number 2 to move the count to 2-2. Dominic has a chance to get out of the inning here if he can get the batter Tusky, as a Dominic comes set, swung and miss. A Dominic, 2 big strikeouts on the inning, supports his own cause, and that will bring us to the middle of the 4th inning. Dominic picking things up here early from the mound. We'll see what the Rams can do in response as they come up onto the field right after this. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll be back. So we welcome you back. A few notable people are in the house today, as right down below us sits Vince Fyock, the leading point scorer of the Shea Panthers this past season in basketball. And also Tanner Coleflash, of course, who didn't get to play this past season, but's been dominant over his 3 years as a varsity player. And of course, Fyock played against many of these Turkeyfoot Rams players during that playoff matchup only a few months ago. And so we turn it back over to the baseball side of things. Brandon Trussler comes into the game here today for the Rams. So Turkeyfoot doing a really good job of switching up their pitching and giving everyone a chance to look. And right off early, the Panthers drive that one into right field. What a hit that was by Craycraft, and a single to start out the game. there by Craycraft has him on first base. Another change to note, Cameron Kemp moves from first base over to left field to replace Trussler. And Hunter Holiday will regain his spot there at first base for the Rams. And the first pitch there to Merrick is taken for a ball outside. The next pitch from Trussler swung on and clubbed once again to center field. Nicholson's there to pick it up. And 2 back-to-back hits as the Panthers come out in this bottom of the 4th inning, looking all so well as they've put the lumber on the ball. And right now they're doing a good job of doing so as they have runners at first and second here with no one out. As the next pitch to the batter, Rott, is taken for a ball as Trussler's trying to find his ground there on the mound. As he'll come set once again and get the batter Rott swinging on pitch number 2 of the at-bat to even up the count at 1-1, with Craycraft and Merrick standing at second and first base. Trussler comes set from the mound. The throw, he'll get Rott once again taking a swing and miss at that one. So that was a little bit high, some chin music there on the batter Rott. And now has to work with the count at 1-2. Trussler with the off-speed pitch can't find the zone, and that will be ball number 2. Is maybe a little bit of a chase pitch there, trying to get Rott to swing on the off-speed. Rott elects not to, and the count goes to 2-2 as Rott pokes that one foul off of the back there as Frankie Ryan jogs out to get that ball right behind home plate. And with the 2-2 count, Trussler comes set. That one won't make its way into the zone there as it finds its way into the dirt of the opposite batter's box. We'll put the count at 3-2, and Trussler back-to-back balls puts the bases full as Rott walks down the first base line. And now a change here in the order for the Panthers. Is up now to bat, I believe, is Maga. I'm not exactly sure, but I believe that's what the call was, as that one skips in front of Grove for ball number 1. And with a 1-1 count, no outs, bases are full. That one is ripped to third base. There is Culp. He hesitates as the runner coming from third. He'll get the out at first base, though, as Culp realized he maybe should have tagged the runner there, Merrick, from third. But goes to first, and that will put runners at second and third, but the Panthers get a run out of it to make the score 12-2, with Lepacek coming to bat. So Lepacek coming up to bat here. That one gets by the catcher Grove coming home, and right there in time is Trussler as he gets the runner from third in time, Merrick. And Merrick gets out at the plate for out number 2. And now that will bring, now that Maga at the plate, but he gets drilled with that one, so he'll go to first base. So a lot of action happening here in the 4th inning. Unfortunately, the Rams may be trying to play the gamble of trying to score a few more runs, but both times they've done that today, Grove has done an excellent job there behind the plate by making sure that those Rams runners don't cross into his territory at the dish. He's thrown out 2 batters trying to steal home. with 2 strikes on the batter. Cease. Umpire rings him up. Strike 3. As the Panthers get a run though, but it's not enough to do much damage as they still find themselves down 12-2, heading in to the top of the 5th. Back here at the baseball field in beautiful Altoona, PA. What a game it's been. What an awesome opportunity for both teams, no matter the score currently. And it's just been a extremely fun opportunity. And we'll take a look quick here at the Westpac North standings. Carmel Township sitting in first place with a 7-1 record. Carmel Valley in second at 3-0. Portage Mustangs 7-3. They're tied up with Wimber at 7-3 as well. North Star in fifth with a 4-5 record. Blacklick Valley trails behind them with a 4-6 overall record on the year. And the Ferndale Yellow Jackets round out the side at 1-6. As up to the plate now for the Rams will be Toy. Toy drills that one over to the shortstop Craycraft. A tough play it was. And Craycraft just couldn't get it in time, so a hard hit ground ball by Toy puts him on base with Cameron Kemp coming up to bat. So Cameron Kemp on the day's going 0 for 3, still looking for that first hit as Toy standing at first base. And the first pitch to Kemp swung on and missed for strike number 1. So with a 0-1 count here, no outs, Kemp selling in the box. As Dominic continues to throw from the mound. This time Kemp hits a little chopper to Dominic. Quick to get on as Dominic. And what a job again that was by Merrick to get the tag down. Umpire at first base says he got there in time. A close one that was. As probably would have went to replay if we had that opportunity. As Merrick did all he could to try and stretch off the base and tag the runner. Kemp that was coming to first base, but just couldn't do it without getting the runner out at first base. And runner took off their Toy from second. He was trying to steal third, but Trussler fouled that off, so maybe a little bit of a miscommunication between the two. And now he'll show bunt and quickly pull back. And Toy halfway down there in between second and third. It thought about going, but Ronesburg stood up quickly, read what was going on, and made sure that Toy didn't advance any farther. With a 1-1 count, the pitcher, Trussler, drills it in the right field. Will it land fair? Yes, it will. Toy will stay at third base. And a good job there by Cease in right field to pick it up and get it in time. But then a beautiful line drive smack there by Trussler picks up a single. And who else to come to the plate than Blake Nicholson, the best hitter currently on the year for the Rams. And with the bases full, this is exactly what you want if you're Coach Toy as the first pitch though to Nicholson is swung on and missed. First strike number 1. So with 1 strike, Nicholson will chop that one to second. They can turn 2 if they try. They'll get 1 at second. 1 run will score as Nicholson moves up. As Nicholson on that hit moved up the runner Toy. And on the fielder's choice, the Panthers will at least get 1 out of it. But the Rams will score and make it a 13-2 game as off the second is Nicholson. And he'll get there safely in time. So with 1 out, Jesse Culp coming up to bat. And Culp dribbles that one down the line, foul. And with a 1-1 count, here on Culp, he's had 2 big hits on the day, has 3 RBIs, and is going 2 for 3. And he'll wait for the pitch from a Dominic way inside as Culp jumped out of the way there. And ball number 2 is taken though on Culp, who wears number 23 on his jersey. Beautiful sight out here. As in right field, you can see the roller coaster there as that one's drilled over the head of the second baseman into center field. Sliding his Haynes. He can't stop the ball. And a drive hit there by Culp once again. What a blast as he finds the alley past second. And will get a double in the process. And Hunter Holiday will come up to bat here. On here in this, top of the 5th inning, score sitting at 14-2 as Holiday fouls that one back for strike number 1. As I was mentioning though, out there in right field, you can see it's the Skyliner that sits in Lakemont Park, and a big attraction that's been this season, and especially at Curve games. And for any of you that do not know, this is the home of the Altoona Curve, here, the Double-A affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Actually, something to note is last season the Pirates, because of COVID, didn't have the minor league season, so they came out with a taxi squad, is what it was called, as Holiday swings at that one for strike number 2. And the taxi squad, each team had a taxi squad, which was really just a group of backup players that weren't on the MLB team's roster. And the Pirates actually had their taxi squad here in Altoona, as Holiday fouls that one to stay alive and keep the count at 2-2. So it's fun. It's really awesome to think that, the Pittsburgh Pirates players were here last year practicing and playing for a good portion of the season as that taxi squad, and now someone like small schools like Turkeyfoot and Shade are playing on this exact field as Holiday flies out over the third baseman Rott, and a fly out foul is out number 2, and Grant Grove will be coming up to bat here for the Rams in the order, batting 7th out of 9. And now it appears that the Panthers will make a pitching change, so we'll take a break here in Altoona. Currently, the Rams have a 13-2 lead, and the Panthers will make a change, and we'll be right back right after that. Into the game for the Shape Panthers comes in the left fielder Lepacek. As we take a look at his numbers on the year, he's pitched 4 innings, has 7 strikeouts, allows 2 runs, and currently has his numbers knotted up at 0-0 on the year. And the Rams also will make a change as Malachi Miller will sub into the game for Grant Grove, as he'll come to bat here, batting 7th in this order, and Miller will get his 2nd at-bat of the season, as Miller's had 1 at-bat in the year, struck out in that game. But he'll get a chance to make it up here, and here in the top of the 5th inning with 2 outs, and Miller will settle in the box. The native will sign a PA. Awaits the pitch from Lepacek. First one, cold strike. A great pitch from Lepacek to open up the at-bat. Runners still remain at 2nd and 3rd for the Rams, Nicholson and Colt respectively. As Lepacek takes a few looks at both sides and comes set in a swing and a miss from Miller. As that one was up high, and Miller knew it was as soon as he swung, as he turned and hit his bat off the ground. And with 2 strikes, Miller awaits the next pitch from Lepacek. Lepacek trying to end the inning. The gun home. Strike 3, rung him up. And that will end the inning, as down goes the Rams. But they get 2 more runs on the scoreboard to bring us to the close of 5.5. Panthers up the bat right after this. Panthers coming to the plate here in this bottom of the 5th inning, down by a handful of runs, but they'll try to change that here, and they got their best chance to do that with their top of the order coming up. And the Dominic will bat first as he hits that one to the shortstop, Toy. There is Toy, the quick throw! They got him in time, as Toy was able to get that one just in the nick of time. As, correct me, that actually might be Cameron Kemp, which indeed I think it is. Cameron Kemp there at 2nd shortstop, as I apologize, as Will Toy actually moves over to the mound for the Rams. So Toy is standing on the mound, and that was flying in the right field, and Robbie Tusky is there for the catch, and that is out number 2. So 2 quick outs as they're making the job easy on Will Toy, as Brandon Trussler moves back over there to left field as unaware of the change there that was made. But all that matters now is there's 2 outs thanks to the play by Kemp and Tusky, and now Toy only needs 1 more as pitch to Haynes is taken for a cold strike. So a cold strike here on Lucas Haynes. Gives the bunt signal, pulls back, and that one will get by for ball number 1. And now with a 1-1 count and 2 outs, Toy will come back, set on the rubber Just an absolutely fantastic day for some baseball today. As the next pitch is taken once more for ball 2. Last year, the Rams finished with a regular season record of 6-11. 2 of those wins came against Shade and Geibel. 1 win apiece against Union and Salisbury. And right now, they're at 5-5 on the year as Haynes goes swinging there for strike number 2. Have gone 11-0 against the Panthers over the past 5 seasons, and they've outscored them by a total of 86-13. Some impressive numbers. Of course, that's without today's game as Toy pitches out one for ball number 3, and now with the count loaded up at 3-2, Toy will try to get him here, and he does, as down goes Haynes on swinging for strike 3, and that is the end of the inning, and I believe that will be the end of the game. Indeed, it will be there on the 10-run roll, as both teams come out to acknowledge and give their tip of the cap. As I think Brian Toy, maybe there was wanting the umpires to play a little longer. The umpire said no, that's 10 runs, and that will do it here today as the Rams pick up a 13-2 victory over the Shea Panthers. What an excellent game it was, as the crowd gives a round of applause. An all-around exciting game. It's just an awesome experience for everyone, and we'll step aside here before taking a look at the numbers right after this here in Altoona. Stay with us, everyone. Back here in Altoona, what a fun day it was as the Rams get the 13-2 victory over Shade. In the meantime, let's take a look before we go off here at the look ahead for the Rams. They'll be traveling to Paw Paw here this Thursday to take on the Pirates. Then they'll be playing Shanksville at home next Tuesday. Then they'll travel to Rockwood on 5/7 to play the Rockets. That game's scheduled to start at 4:30. All home games, remember, will be broadcasted here on the channel. And before we take a look at the stats, let's also look at the Westpac South standings. Of course, this is without today's numbers, but Rockwood sitting on top with 6-2. Berlin at 5-3. Turkeyfoot will move above 500 to 6-5. Shanksville goes at 4th place at 4-6. Myersdale struggling this season at 4-8. And the Panthers of Shade round out the side with a 1-7 record, as of course today is their 7th loss of the season. And let's take a look now at the stats of the game for both teams. First off, for the Shade Panthers, Dominic went 0 for 3 at the plate today. Ronesberg 1 for 3 with an RBI. Lucas Haynes went 0 for 1, 2 walks and a strikeout. As Craycraft went 1 for 2, a strikeout and a run score. Merrick 1 for 1, Rott 0 for 1 and a walk. McCorkle 0 for 1. Maga went 0 for 1 with an RBI. Lepacek 0 for 0. He scored once on the walk. Cease then went 0 for 2. Dominic took the loss on the mound today for Shade. He went 4 2/3 innings, had 11 hits, gave up 4 runs. 4 of those, gave up 13 runs. 4 of those were earned. He had a walk and a strikeout. Lepacek pitched a third in relief and had a K. Meanwhile, for Turkeyfoot, Toy went 3 for 4 at the plate. A real great game for the senior. Cameron Kemp 0 for 4. He had a strikeout and 2 runs scored. Trussell went 2 for 4 and a run scored. Nicholson 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Culp scored twice, went 3 for 4, had led the team in RBIs today at 4 RBIs. Holiday went 0 for 3, had 2 runs scored. Grove went 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, he scored twice. Miller 0 for 1 with a K. Schmidt 1 for 3, 2 RBIs and a strikeout. Hoover went 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, and Tusky went 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Now, obviously, and then on the mound, a handful of pitchers we got to see today. Blake Nicholson, 2 innings pitched, only gave up a walk and had a strikeout. Hunter Holiday threw an inning in relief, had a hit, a run scored, and 2 walks and a strikeout. Brandon Trussler, 1 inning pitched. He had 2 hits, 1 run. 1 of those were earned, a walk, a strikeout. Will Toy pitched 1 inning and had a strikeout. Well, everyone, it was a really exciting game as we thank all of you for watching today. We are just so thankful to have this opportunity, and without all your support, we wouldn't even be able to do these live broadcasts. So I'm so grateful for all of you. And if you're not already, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share it with all your friends and family. This will be uploaded immediately after this game, so it will be on YouTube. And that pretty much does it today. An awesome experience. Of course, the Rams come out on top 13-2, have 17 hits. Panthers have 4, and we just thank you all. And hopefully we'll be able to be back here next year. But as for today, this is Luke Bowers signing off from beautiful Altoona, PA at PNG Field. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and please have a blessed and safe evening.